Hey there, welcome back. It's time once again for the Golden Age of DC Comics 365, where I read a page a day from this lovely coffee table book that I got from one of my best friends about almost 2 decades ago. This has been surfing on every single one of my coffee tables ever since. And I've read it, I thumbed through it. It's friends will pick it up and look through it and ask questions. It's a great conversation starter, so I thought this will make excellent content. I love talking about comic books, and if you're tuning in, chances are you do too. I miss the conversation at the comic book shop, don't you? And you know what? We can have one right here, right now. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to be talking about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern US. And we'll turn the page and we'll see what the Golden Age has to offer us. Remember, the Golden Age of DC Comics runs between 1938 and 1955. I like to push that date back a couple of years to about 1931 for the Golden Age in total. That's when Dick Tracy and The Shadow premiered. But Superman didn't come out until 1938, therefore changing the game and making the superhero, calling it the Golden Age of superhero comics. So today, and the Silver Age starts in 1956 and ends about 1974. And I'm a Bronze Age baby, so I grew up steeped in the Bronze Age of the 70s and 80s. And today is March 6th, and we have a story by Gardner Fox, art by Joe Gallagher. It's from All Star Comics number 24 from spring of 1945. We have a time travel issue. We have a time travel story. We are traveling through time. Yes, it happens a lot with superheroes, and time travel. It's just one of these sci-fi things and superhero things. That's part and parcel with the genres, and so this is March 6th, and I'll read the blurb. In a strange story published during the last days of World War II. A potted history of Germany is presented as members of the Justice Society of America travel back through the centuries. This magical feat is accomplished courtesy of a winged female figure called the Conscience of Man, who looks uncannily like the Blue Fairy from the 1940 Walt Disney film Pinocchio. In this episode, the mighty Atom confronts powerhouse politician Otto von Bismarck and ends up punching him in the mouth. Yes. Here we go. Prussia, 1872. Now, for the kids at home, what is Prussia? What is the Prussian army? You heard of that? That they were mercenaries hired by the Brits in the Revolutionary War to fight us revolutionary, dogs, hell bent on our insurrection. And Prussia is basically northern Germany, and it was what Germany was called before the modern day. There was the Holy Roman Empire. There was Austria, Hungary. Then below them, the Ottomans, and above that was the Prussian Empire. And Prussia was basically, and then there was Russia to its east. And and it's always been a hotbed of different politics and history, and all history revolves around war and just the reclaiming of spaces, the gerrymandering of borders. And I watch a lot of history. I love history, and Otto von Bismarck was the chancellor of Prussia, and united most of the other German principalities into the German Empire under Prussian leadership in 1871. So basically Otto von Bismarck is the progenitor of the modern German state, especially the one that caused World War One. They didn't really cause World War One. Those were basically about World War One began out of, it was just one allied treaty with another one, and so if you have, I'm allied to you, I'm your ally, I have to throw in with you for war, and so that's how Germany got roped into World War One, and then got stuck with the Butcher's Bill, and then came World War II out of that, from that Germany. So saying that going back for the atom to go back in time and punch Otto von Bismarck seems like a very patriotic and appropriate thing to do. You know, there will be a Doctor Who episode called "Let's Kill Hitler," which is pretty funny because it becomes pratfalls about, you know, not killing Hitler, because that would irreparably mess up time. And it sounds like a great idea, but it's gonna, you know, it's not how anything works. But this is how fantasy works, and this is how fiction works. And time travel is one of the great tropes and conceits of this fantastic fiction that we enjoy, whether it be science fiction, science fantasy, or superhero comic books. Time travel is, it's just part of it. And you better not, step on any butterflies while you're in the past. It's called The Sound of Thunder. It's a Ray Bradbury short story, science fiction, wonderful time travel book about causality and going back in the past and changing something so slightly that it had such repercussions all the way up back into the far future. Yeah, A Sound of Thunder. It's about paid expeditions from the future that were able to go back in time to the days of dinosaurs. And but when you got there, you couldn't go off of the beaten path. You know, you had this deterministic path set for you, and you could not deviate from the path. But one guy does, and he steps on a butterfly. I believe it's a butterfly. It's been a while since I read it, but what happens is he changes the future, and it's got a really macabre ending. It's one of those things where you get back into where you're from, and everything's shifted just slightly. It's not the future you left. You are now stuck in another reality. What happened to your past? Does it still exist? Yeah, these are the paradoxes of time travel, and that are fit for other conversations. But for today, let's just say that fantastic agents were involved, and the diminutive Al Pratt was sent back in time, where he punched Otto von Bismarck. Yay! Hooray, America. Well, yeah, and that's all we got for today. Like and subscribe if you could be so kind. Give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of content. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. I'm a big lad. I can handle it. I'm an ordained minister, an amateur theologian. We get spiritual here. I'm also a professional chef. I share with you professional level cooking hacks so you can make delicious, nutritious, and beautiful food. I say cold day hot soup on most of these cold winter days. So, and that gets a lot of traction on YouTube Shorts. So come on in and enjoy the good cooking and all the geekiness. We're going to be talking about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So you tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern U.S. And when we turn the page, we'll find out who and what we're talking about in the world of comic books. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I appreciate you, and cheers. Have a great day. Thank you so much.